Marco, Sawadee Kap. Thank you for speaking to us about Affinity.
Thank you for the invitation, man.
You know what? I love you in all these different action movies, but what initially drew you that you wanted to be part of Affinity? I mean, what makes this film different from all the action films that you have done in the past?
Well, this movie started from an idea of mine that I wanted to plant a question on w- what's going to happen with the science and the AI and all that, and that we are playing God, right? We're starting to create, and replace humans or create humans. But the big question is, are we going to be able to replicate or create affinity? What two humans experience through time with conversation, with actions, with moments, right? And that was something that I thought I've been thinking a lot about, when all this started happening. And then I said, well, how I can talk about this in a cool action movie. And that's how all this started happening. And then of course using the influence of movies that I like David Lynch, Takashi Miike, Taken, of this type of movies where different influence, like from one side, the horror, the suspense, the uncomfortable sensation that something is off, but at the same time, and also at the same time is driving the audience through a journey that they're experiencing at the same time that the lead role is experiencing. You see, so they're in the back seat with him. So all those challenges was like, oh, I want to make this movie like this, right? And then that's why I wrote the script, and then I used different collaborators to kind of put this idea together, and then you know, uh, time goes by and a couple of years and years pass, and then COVID and blah blah blah. But then John Wick happened, and then this project came to life again and put together a team, and it was a very cool, important moment, an important project for me. You know.
You know what? I love it, the fact that you talked about this, especially that you based it on my birth country of Thailand. I mean, how did that actually came about? Because, the Thai film industry has been growing significantly lately, in both film and TV, and your project is definitely one of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it just happened that I feel that it's so colorful and there's mix of cultures. In Bangkok you have people from all over the world, and I think you can believe a story that is like in the limit of science fiction, and it's like it's for me it's a very attractive place that things can happen. you know uh, I just it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like, I love the landscape and the city, and then the rivers, and then the temples, and so you have so much to create a world that it could be your own world and it will be believable. You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely do. Now, I also want to note that this film, you are the action director of the film, which follows along with a lot of Asian action films where the lead actor themselves, are the action directors, where they actually help coordinate and choreograph a lot of the fight scenes. Tell us about that experience on Affinity for yourself and why you wanted to do that.
Yeah, well, it's just this is how I started my career, like as a martial artist. So of course, all the years that I've been doing filmmaking, and kind of understand, I have the way that I like to approach a scene and all that, but I'm not close to work with teams. Like for example, in this case, I worked with a Thai team that it was amazing. They were very professional, and they helped me to put together the choreography, but I just turn that into kind of the way that I see the film and I wanted to shoot the film. But we co-create all the time. It's a collaboration. I think it's all about putting together a great team and then, but as an actor, as a lead role, I wanted to stay honest to the character. And sometimes if you don't get involved in that, then your character can lose his purpose through the choreography if you're not in charge of that too. Because it's like, why are you fighting? Why are you doing that move? Is your objective to get there fast or not? Like, is your character in that fight scene or you're just replicating moves? So all those little details as an actor, it's important that you also get involved because it's part of your job as an actor too. Not lose the character through these fight scenes. And don't work isolated. Don't
Hmm.
isolate them from the movie, from the story.
Hmm. And what was the most challenging choreography to design for a film for this film?
Wow. I think all every every fight had its own challenges and it was hard because every fight is so different. Like you have a first person fight, then you have multiple opponents in that alley that with a very long shot, that it was a very tough one. I remember, and it was all night fighting, long hours, long shots, very like demanding. Then you have a restaurant, I will say, well, the ninja and the final fight with Brahim was very challenging because that actually I will say was maybe the most challenging one because we wanted to create that feeling of realism. So the camera doesn't cut and goes around the fight all the time, like an audience watching these two guys fighting, and how you create that, and at the same time you having this intense fight that it doesn't hopefully feel choreographed. That was a big challenge, I think.
Absolutely. And in since you immersed yourself in Thailand, what I love the fact is that you try to present Thai culture into a film like this, is particularly with the food and so on. So, did you learn to cook Thai food or learn a few Thai words while you were there?
Oh, very, very little. It's tough. It's tough. It's yeah, not too much, to be honest. Like not too much. But I love the food. But yeah, it's not easy. Like I like to put a steak on the grill and that's it. Yeah, you guys take it to the next level though.
Well, we all know that you love your protein, and that's what keeps keeps it up for of yourself. And in being in a lead role, do you was it challenging for you, to get into mental capacity of lead roles rather than, where in previous action films, being like as side supporting characters, but in this case, you have to display plenty of emotions range.
Yeah, of course, it's always a challenge, and especially coming from a villain that is so dark and is such a like the Diablo character that is so the opposite, where it's not vulnerable and it's evil, and then now this guy that is totally open, and I need to be vulnerable and to create that affinity with this girl, and suddenly then everything, it was a challenging. It was very challenging, but it's part of the thing, it's like I actually started in Chile doing lead roles, but in Spanish. So it's different when you're in your own language because you're more comfortable, you can improvise, and it feels more natural. Doing it in English is a little bit more homework, a little more studying, But yeah, it was yeah, it's important. It's an important movie for me. It's a definitely a very special movie for me.
Let me wrap it up with one last question. There's a movie that you have a credit that will not be seen for another 95 years called 100 Years that you are in, which means I will never see it. But can you describe your role in this film? And did you have a chance to see it already, that a film that no one else will see?
Uh, well, no, that was more like a project that that Robert invited me to participate. It's not a final movie. It's just it's a it's a product placement kind of thing, and so I know I haven't seen any movie, and I don't think there's a movie, but it was fun, of course, working with Robert. And imagine I was able to meet John Malkovich. What an amazing actor, and share a set with him. So it was amazing.
That is amazing, and I hope you'll be one of the few people who do get to see this this project in the end. So,
Well, maybe, who knows? Maybe it's gonna be made by AI or something somewhere, somehow.
so true. Marco, thank you very much for speaking to us about Affinity. As I would like to part in Thai, ขอบคุณครับที่คุยกับเรา
ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you very much.